And welcome back to Battletech, our third episode, and what I'm now going to be calling the Let's Play with Lore series, because, well, I know an incredible amount of useless trivia about Battletech, and, well, I want to share it. So this time around, we're going to talk about dropships and jumpships as we make use of them. So to recap where we were from last time around, we had an absolutely disastrous tutorial mission that left two mechs really busted up, 3 mech warriors injured, and 1 dead. So that's about as bad as it possibly could have been. But now we are into the game proper and we're free to go make our fortune. So let's get down to doing some proper mercenary work. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is take a look at the contracts, see what we have available. And we have exactly 1 contract available, so I guess that's what we're going to go do. Now, the good news is, as this little icon right here, this orange ball, tells us that that is a contract on another planet. And right down here in the bottom right, it tells us that that's going to take us 12 days to get to Belfron, which is good because we're going to need quite a bit of time to fix battle mechs and heal up wounds. So that's the contract we're going to take. See, it's a seek and destroy in Badlands. There's a lance of pirate military units. A lance in Battletech is 4 of something, either vehicles or battle mechs. So it doesn't, unfortunately right now the game isn't very clear about exactly what it is you're going to be looking for. So it could be battle mechs, could be vehicles, could be some combination thereof. All Canopian operations are at risk as long as this lance is allowed to move unimpeded, hunt them down, and destroy them. Fair enough. And as we can see here, the max payout is 172,700 C-bills. There's your salvage, well, I'll explain in a second, and reputation. So now we're going to negotiate. So as you can see, the negotiation isn't real that negotiation-like. So all those numbers are the absolute maximums. If I choose to take the full 172 grand, I get next to no salvage. If I want to take the full salvage, I get pretty much nothing in terms of money. And if I'm feeling extremely altruistic, I can take next to nothing and get a big reputation boost with the Magistracy of Canopus. And I'll tell you this, when you're first starting out, you don't care about your reputation, you need money, and you need mechs. Now, the detail about this salvage is this is listed as 1/6. What this means is you're going to get 6 total pieces of salvage, 1 of which you get to pick. The other 5 will be given to you at random, and it does mean at random. You will sometimes get a lot of garbage in this. Now, you can get luck out and they can give you a ton of stuff, but Now, C-bills are important because they help keep the mercenary outfit running, but salvage is where you're going to get new battle mechs and other equipment. So you typically want to get just enough money to keep yourself running in the early game, but still take a bunch of salvage. So this is fine, and it's fine. We'll take it.
By your command.
So now, our dropship, this leopard, is going to depart and head for the jumpship. So dropships in Battletech function as a way to get from the surface of the planet to this, a jump ship. So at which point our drop ship will dock with the jump ship, and then our jump ship charges up and jumps to another star system. Now the reason it has to do this is because that jump ship is almost entirely engine. It's almost entirely the jump drive that actually allows interstellar travel to work. And it does not function in the gravity well of a planet. So what happens is these drop ships have to haul everything to and from jump ships. All right, shake down. This is a random event that can pop up. You're on the Leopard's you're on the Leopard's Bridge with Sumir, Yang, and Darius for the daily staff briefing. Darius says we received 3 messages from the banks. Loan sharks. Sumir cuts in. From people who are financing us, Darius continues. They're considering rewriting the terms of our loan so it will be easier to seize this ship if we miss a payment. As usual, they're only doing this because they believe we can't fight it in court. And then I have options. I can educate the banks about their mistake, ignore them, or sweet talk them. I'm going to try to sweet talk them. I'll talk to them, you say, and the meeting moves on. Afterward, you record a response. In it, you explain with much gravitas. That you selected each of the banks for their prestige and reliability, and you remind them of your impeccable payment history, yada yada yada. Everything goes okay, and we were said that those messages were sent in error, and we gain the following tags: a fair loan status. So, yeah, nobody's coming after us to take us out, but that's pretty much all that does. So, whatever. So as I was saying, dropships carry equipment, mechs, all your stuff from the jump ship to the planets. And this little ship right here is actually probably why our mercenary company is in so much debt, because dropships are very expensive. So we're actually not going to immediately launch the mission because, as you can see, our spider is still having to get fixed and several of our mech warriors are still out of action. So we're actually going to have to hang out in orbit for a few days to get everybody healed up. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to, well, actually, let's take a look at the local store, see if there's anything available. And we have some mech salvage, some weapons and gear. But right now, I'm pretty broke. Over here you can see how much money it costs to run this outfit per month and how many months we're going to be able to stay in operation at this rate, which is not too bad. Right now we got 4 months worth of money, but that can go away real quick if I start buying all kinds of stuff willy-nilly, so we're going to back off. So yeah, this dropship is probably why our mercenary company is so stinking broke, because even though this is a Leopard class dropship, a relatively small ship by dropship standards, it still costs a lot of money to keep operating.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
So this is what's costing us a lot of money, but it does mean we can pack up and leave whenever we feel like it. So that's good. A lot of mercenary companies don't have this flexibility. They're at the mercy of whenever a dropship is passing through that has space that they can hitch a ride on. So let's take a look here. We still have glitch. I think I should have another mech warrior. Let's see here. We have no. So we really do need to wait for glitch to heal up. Ugh. Yeah, I'm still beside myself with just how terrible that first mission was. So this dropship is an Aerodyne. It looks actually kind of like a space shuttle. And there are other ones, like the one that we saw get blown up in the opening tutorial. They're called spheroids. And obviously this one has the ability to somewhat, sort of, kind of fly in atmosphere. And the big round one doesn't. But that's enough about dropships for the moment. Let's go do some shooting. Alright, we're going to throw the Griffin, Shadowhawk, the Vindicator, and oh, shoot. Okay, well, I screwed that up, but we're not going to wait. I repaired the mech, refitted it with all the missing parts that have been shot off, but I hadn't repaired the armor. Blech. Alright, we'll catch that next time. For now, we're going to load up Salamander, Behemoth, Glitch, and Medusa. And we're going to get on it. And here we go.
Command interface initiated.
Here's our dropship going to drop us off. We've got them right out in the open. These guys are amateurs. Get eyes on them. Take them out. Alright.
Ready for action.
So we're going to move Salamander up into cover. We're going to give it a second just to see if any enemies pop up. And doesn't look like it. So now, we're on a cliff edge. So we're actually going to have to pick. And we'll go over here to this mineral field. It'll make us harder to shoot at.
Moving to position. Uh-huh.
Position confirmed.
Yeah, that locust is tiny. I normally wouldn't make use of it, but right now I just don't have any other options. So, eesh. Alright, we did spot some enemies. We got a mech and a vehicle. Alright, looks like a spider. Not a huge threat.
Good to go.
Alright, looks like Medusa is the first up because he's in the locust. We want him to move as much as possible and still get into cover. So we're going to run him out here.
On my way.
The locust is extremely fast, and building up a lot of stacks of evasion is pretty much the only way this thing is going to survive. So between being in cover and having the big stacks of evasion, he should be pretty hard to hit. Now this has an extremely low chance, but I want to start peeling off some of his evasion. You can see he's got 4 pips, and even if I don't hit, yeah, I'll still take a little bit of his evasion away, make him an easier target for the next guys. Alright, let's see what they're going to do. Looks like we're going to find out what this guy is. A vehicle, a scorpion, so no giant threat there. But, see, I just lost one of my evasion pips, so... Alright, so now we're going to move this Shadowhawk down into cover.
Move order
No
received.
reason to expose them and take damage without really any point. Alright, that vehicle is still not where I can get a good look at it, or else I could kill it. But the Scorpion is. Trying to think here, could I kill it? I think I could probably kill it. So we're going to see if we can. Just go.
Acknowledged.
Wow. That wasn't even remotely close. Holy cow. Okay, let's see what happens here. We got another vehicle. It is a galleon. Alright, still not a big deal. Yeah. But that locust is starting to feel it. Alright, we're going to move glitch. Wow, can't move glitch very far at all.
On my way.
Now the PPC is a pinpoint weapon. It hits very hard in one location. So it actually may be able to take that galleon out completely. In fact, I'm pretty confident it will, so we're going to drop the medium laser, just use the
Tell me what to
PPC.
do.
There we go. And that was a quarter of the enemy lance. You can see that it was a mixed lance with some mechs, some vehicles. So now, nobody left. Salamander, we're going to move him as far as we can so we can get that PPC and the LRMs into it. Now, let's see here. Now we could shoot at the Scorpion, which, pretty good odds, or the Spider, which are pretty bad odds. And since we're here at the end and we still have 3 evasion pips, we're going to get rid of this vehicle. There we go. Got him. It's going to leave that Spider to do whatever he wants, but next turn I'll be able to have 4 mechs all try to hit that Spider. Hopefully peel off all those evasion stacks, make it a lot easier to hit. And we got a vehicle. Probably not... Oh. That's probably a striker then. Okay. So Medusa's going to be up first. He can make... That's 4. Or that's only... Ooh, that's only 2 evasion pips. Go for the full 4. Yeah, we're going to go for the full 4. We don't need really him to be getting into the water to cool off. He's only got that single medium laser, so no big danger there. Alright. Still not really expecting to hit anything, just peel an evasion. Oh! Did get a hit. Nice. Unfortunately, because of... Whoa! Well, that's unexpected. He barely moved, which means he's not going to have much evasion at all. Which means my mech... Oh, he has 0 evasion.
Orders.
He is in trouble.
Coordinates received.
Move this Shadowhawk forward. And we're just going to... Well, we're not going to bother with the LRM. The chance of hitting is too low. And we're just going to dump everything. Well, miss with the laser, but hit with everything else.
What can I do for you?
And we're going to move glitch up.
Don't need to tell me twice.
So there are some better tactics you could be used to taking out the battle mechs, like trying to focus everything on one side, but frankly, given how little, how small this mech is, there's no real point. So what we're going to do is actually precision strike, which is a attack that targets specifically the center torso. And, oh, there we go. Since we took out the center torso, the mech is destroyed immediately.
Stay down.
Precision strike is actually a pretty scary ability that lets you get a lot of kills you might not otherwise get. I'm going to move Salamander down here. Hopefully he can connect with that PPC and just end this right here. Got a decent shot at it.
All weapons committed.
Oh, there we go. And that is it. Kind of a sweet little milk run to get us started. Really kind of needed that after that first, after the tutorial. Oh my gosh. I'm never going to live down how bad that tutorial was. That was just something very awful. And you see we got ourselves a nice chunk of change. Everybody is in real good condition. No pilot injuries, no damage to speak of, so no time wasted in the mech bay. Now, here's that salvage. We're going to pick out which item out of here we want the most. And I'm going to tell you this. It's all pretty much junk. So what we're actually going to do is take this SRM... Yeah, we're going to take this SRM-6, and we're going to confirm that, and then they fill in the rest. Small lasers, jump jets, MG ammo. Yeah, that's pretty much the norm. They just give you garbage. Whatever. Alrighty, and we are back in space. So, in one day we're going to have that financial report come up, but in the meantime, we're actually going to take a look at our mech bay and see if we can't start to customize a few of our machines to maybe get them a little bit better off. I'm going to repair that. Now, one of the things that I had talked about was jump ships. Now, jump ships are one of the sort of casualties of the secession wars. Like I said, in the first two secession wars, humanity pretty much beat itself to death. And one of the things that got destroyed were jump ship factories. Now, to give you an idea what I'm doing in here, I'm going to be stripping off some of this other equipment to go for better gear. Right now, the Shadowhawk is kind of a do-all, but nothing particularly well kind of mech. As you can see, it's got a short-range missile launcher, but it's only 2 tubes. An LRM launcher, but only 5. A medium laser, an AC-5. This is just all very, very blah. So we're going to try to strip some of this out for more focused gear. So strip the SRM-2, the LRM ammo, and we're going to take that big SRM-6 rack that we got from the last mission. We're going to take that SRM-6 rack from the last mission and throw it into the mech. Now, as you can see, our tonnage has come up a little bit. We're also... Oh, do I have space for another small laser? For another laser? I do not. That is one of the things you can see right here. These are all your hard points. These tell you how many and of what type of equipment you can mount on the mech. In this case, you can mount 3 ballistic weapons in the left torso. You can mount 2 missile racks in the right, 1 laser in the right arm. You know, you've got those, but you're limited in what you can install and where you can install it. So, Now I've got 52.5 tons to play with, but I've also got relatively light on the armor on this machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw that SRM-2 back in there, because it can both pull from the same load of SRM ammo, and then I'm going to up the armor. So, jump ships, casualties of the secession war. Most of the yards that can build new jump ships were actually destroyed during the first and second secession wars. So right now, at least in the Battletech universe, you can't get a brand new jump ship. It's not to say they're not being made. 1 or 2 still roll off the lines on pretty much each successor state every year. Every year they build 1 or 2, but that's barely enough to keep up with ships just being lost. And pretty much the military gets first dibs on all those ships. So they are very rare, to the point where they're almost considered to be inviolate. They can't be attacked. If you make a habit of attacking jump ships, you're very quickly going to find everybody trying to kill you, because you get into the problem that you're essentially attacking the entire lifeblood of the inner sphere. Because if you destroy these jump ships, how are you going to continue to live? So jump ships are kind of off limits. You don't see, people don't attack them. Even successor states, when they're in full-on war, usually don't destroy each other's jump ships. They just, because they can't be replaced. And the last thing you want to do is start shooting up the enemy's jump ships, and they start shooting up your jump ships, and pretty much nobody can go anywhere. Alright. So that is our first mission and our first bit of lore, talking about dropships and jump ships, trying to get you a little bit more up to speed about the Battletech universe. Next time, we'll go on our next mission, hopefully something a little bit more challenging, and I'll find something else to blather on about. This has been Bucketeer. I'll catch you next time.